Hey, what's up? Dave with Brazos Barbell, and I am 1 week out from the Arnold Sports Festival in Ohio. I will be competing on Sunday, March 8th in the afternoon at the SBD Pro American, and I am really considering this my 105 debut. So I competed at Nationals in the 105s, but that was 6 weeks after my adductor tear, and I really just snuck away with a small PR over my 93 total, and so I really think that this is going to be a better representation of my abilities. So what we're going to go over here is my last week of training. Last week is my last overloading week of training. I think there was some good stuff, some bad stuff, a lot kind of in between. So we'll talk about all that and my goals, and hopefully a big part of this will help people, with their mindset and what to do if things maybe don't go the way that they just incredibly perfectly heading into their competition. So this is my first day of the week. Generally, this is my best squat day. 585 pounds is a warm-up there. 625 is really what I'm planning on opening with. So this is 625 right here. I'll open at 285 kilos, 628 pounds, I think. And this moved fine. I think for the most part, I've been hitting around 635 for my top singles during the block. I would have called this one about a 7 RPE. Nothing moved super fast. I think I felt really comfortable with the weights here. This rep felt comfortable, but not quite as quick as I wanted to. So that's okay. We'll go up to 655. So this was the heaviest squat that I've done this block. Last block when I squatted 700, I squatted 660. It was actually a little bit harder than what the rep we're about to see is. So as far as just my general trends throughout blocks, I think this is right on pace for where we need it to. So 655, I would have called this about an 8.5. So this will be right around my second attempt. So ideally 300 kilos will be my second. And then past that, the next one, hopefully 315, that would be 695 pounds, I think will be the planned third. I'd love to go after 700, but in the context of a competition, it's a lot smarter to take the big third that is there and get those 10, 15 extra kilos rather than just go after the milestone number. There's a lot of meets in my future. So right here, all my back down work I did with 585, and I think really this is the most volume I've done with this weight. I did 3 sets here, and I think they all moved really well. I kind of settled in as we went. None of the reps felt like they really got any harder, and I think that's going to be kind of the theme of the week, is that I did some pretty solid work overall, but nothing felt like I really had my legs just really firing. I didn't feel amazingly strong anywhere, but I felt just pretty consistent across the board. So that's something that I think people miss sometimes, is we're looking for these huge top-end explosive performances. But I had a lot of signs that I'm as strong as I've ever been. Comparing the numbers that I'm hitting now to numbers that I've hit when I've been at my absolute best, everything is at least as good as it was during those times. So these sets at 585, I would have rated them maybe just over a 7 RP. I think the only reason I didn't go up was they didn't feel fast early on in the sets, but they never really got harder. And I think that's a good sign for really what my abilities are. So after that, I moved into bench press. Most of my work here, most of my top singles have been around 420-ish maybe for singles. I haven't really been recording much of that. I think most people are a lot more interested in the squats and deadlifts, but 365 for my last warm-up, and it didn't really feel that good. So I just was pretty tired after squatting. So I moved up to 405 knowing this was really going to be my top set, and it moved better than I expected. It wasn't incredibly easy, but it felt pretty smooth. So that's going to be my opener also. I'll open at 185 kilos, which is only 5 kilos under my best. So I think I should cruise to an easy PR there. And after that single got going, and all my working sets ended up being much, much easier than I thought. So 365 was easier than it should have been. So put a little bit more weight on here and banged out a bunch of sets with 375. And this is something that just as far as volume goes, hitting a bunch of sets. I think I did 5 sets here that all never really felt like they got super hard. I'm really pleased with the strength there. So should be looking, hopefully 200 kilos is going to be the number. I actually think that I could do more than that, but that's another one that it's probably at the upper end of what I'm very confident with, and there's not a whole lot of reason to really push beyond that. So after day one, this is the first day of my week, things got a little bit more interesting. So Tuesday is my competition deadlift day of the block, but it's not necessarily my strongest deadlift day, and that's been the case for a long time, and I've gotten used to it that I just don't really feel like I pull particularly well here. But warming up, I thought things feel okay. There's no crazy signs that I need to shut things down early. This is 270 kilos or 595 pounds, and really felt fine. One of the big things I think on this day is I'm a little bit more sore. My back is tired from squatting the day before, and I just can't really match the position that I really want to be in. But overall, I've never really thought that it's affected me too terribly bad. So 300 kilos last warm up felt fine. It didn't feel amazingly bad or good, but thought 320 will be just fine. But kind of the same as bench press was that I was going into this one knowing this would be my top set for the day, kind of live to fight another day here, and it shocked me and I missed it somehow. So this is the first time I've missed 320 or 705 pounds, and it long time. I can't remember the last time that I wasn't able to pull that, which is a little bit surprising. I think I could point out things with my technique that look off, but I don't think that that's actually the issue. I think anything with my technique that I see is because I was tired. I think my back was tired. I just don't think I was very strong. And as I got going with these sets, this is 640, 290 kilos. I actually felt like I settled in a little bit. I think I got a little bit better, a little bit more confident with these sets as I went. And I think being able to walk away from the day and just say, wow, that was a really bad deadlift day, instead of walking away and saying, my deadlift is horrible, I need to fix things, my deadlift is not going to be good at the meet. I just said, I was incredibly weak today, and that's all there is to it. So I'm moving on. I moved on mentally. I didn't walk away from this feeling like there's anything that I need to be incredibly afraid of, but it means I didn't finish this block really hitting any really big deadlifts. I think there's a lot of signs that my deadlift is looking good. I almost pulled 800 twice in the last block, but I didn't get anywhere close to it right now. So I'm actually going to be opening still at 330 kilos, so above what I just missed, and I'm confident that that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. But it leads to the a little bit of anxiety, especially through the rest of the week, that you're thinking, oh, I really don't know what's going to happen. But just being able to stay objective and to look at it and say, that day was pretty bad, but all the other days seem like we should be in totally fine shape. So through the rest of the week, this is my Thursday workout, pin squats. Again, kind of feeling a little bit down, not really feeling like I was at 100% strength. So I started a little bit more conservative than I did on the last week. 495 for my top, or my first triple, 525 for my second, and then 565 for my top triple, and actually ended up feeling pretty good. So another positive thing after what was a really bad deadlift day on Tuesday, but never really let that one affect me too much. So luckily moved into day 4 on Friday, which is normally my big deadlift day, and in this block it's been deadlifts with chains, and got a pretty good amount of redemption. So what we'll see is I ended up working up to 300 kilos plus about a little over 100 pounds in chains. So kind of upper to mid 700s on the bar for a top triple, and everything felt much better than really what I was doing early in the week. So as far as overall goals, I think the biggest total I think I really could hit is around 880 kilos. And it's kind of interesting because that number is really right where I thought I would be after Worlds, when I was signing up to move up a weight class. I thought, somewhere between 860, 880 is really what I want to do at the Arnold, and I'm here. So there's been some signs of life other times that I can do more than that. I do think I can do more, but I think where I am at the moment is very, very good for what my expectations should be moving up a weight class. And 880 could potentially be a 55 kilo PR, so nothing at all to be ashamed about. And I think just with the signs that I've had with squatting over 700 a few times, pulling right around 8, benching these mid 400s. I think there's a lot more to be had, but the Arnold I think should still be a very, very solid total for me. May not be that 2,000 pound total that I think, all the 105s are getting close to, and I think I'll be able to do hopefully at the end of the year, but I think this will be a good benchmark for me moving up, and hopefully leading to a lot more things through the rest of the year. So anyway, thanks a lot for everybody's support. 1 week out, it'll be Sunday the 8th, and I'll be talking to everybody afterwards with a recap and everything from there. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you after the Arnold.